Well, welcome MEMA Aftermarket Supplier members. I am here with someone very special, Emily Poladian, who I like to call your new and improved MEMA Aftermarket Suppliers president. As I succeed Bill Long as MEMA CEO, she replaces me as your president, and she brings to the role 27 years of industry experience, most recently running a $1.5 billion commercial vehicle aftermarket supplier business at Bridgestone. And I have been incredibly impressed with her leadership and dedication. And I thought we'd use this quarter's video to discuss how Emily will take your member value to the next level. So Emily, as you step into the role of MEMA Aftermarket Suppliers President, what is your vision for the future of the aftermarket and the supplier community?
Well, thank you, Paul. I will say I have big shoes to fill with Paul, and I'm very excited about working with him and looking for ways to take this to the next level. So as I step into this role, my vision really is to make sure that MEMA, specific on the aftermarket side, is the strongest possible advocate and partner for our members that we possibly can be. There's so much change happening, so much advancement in technology. I know it probably feels this way every decade, but I think every decade that pace changes. And we want to partner. We want to be a thought leader. We want to help our members not just tackle today's issues, but we want to think about what's happening into the future and help provide clear leadership so that they can be strong suppliers well into the future for this industry.
Well, that's great stuff. And you're absolutely right. It does feel like the pace of change just keeps accelerating. And thank you, by the way, Emily, those comments, I heard it. Thank you for living that mission of ours to champion the business interests of aftermarket suppliers. So your career has spanned so many different facets of our industry. So what of your experiences do you think prepares you for leading MEMA Aftermarket at a moment that is challenging and has opportunity for suppliers?
Yeah, that's a great question, Paul. I've had a great opportunity during my years at Bridgestone to be in a lot of different roles. I've worked closely with the commercial vehicle industry, both on the OE and the aftermarket side. I have worked close with the automotive side of things. I have had the opportunity at Bridgestone to have some involvement with fleet management companies, with Bridgestone's retail arm. So I've had a vast experience across the entire supply chain, which I think will bring great advantage to understanding the end-to-end of things. I've had great global experience during my time at Bridgestone, having responsibility for sales, not just in the U.S. and businesses, not just in the U.S., but globally. And as well, I've been in a position there where I've worked with some interesting stakeholder combinations, some frenemies, so to speak, in some ways to move things forward, to advance projects and initiatives. So I think all that background comes together and gives me a great opportunity to understand the market and bring some skill sets, again, with how do you work, across industries, across customer bases, and I think that'll be a good culmination for what we're doing inside of MEMA, working with other associations, working across the supply chain, and I'm excited about bringing all those skill sets to play here.
Yeah, well, I'll just cite what our board search committee said to me, which is that you've done it as an aftermarket supplier president. And so we are so glad to be able to bring that experience to serve our members. So last question. What should MEMA Aftermarket Supplier members expect from you in your first year?
So the thing that I would say that they should expect is consistency where it matters, and maybe some pushing the envelope and some new thinking where it can bring some benefit. And I say that in that I have some ideas to bring to the table. But most importantly, and this comes from my years of working directly with customers and leading businesses, I want to hear from our members. So over the next, hopefully it won't take the whole year, but over the next beginning of 2026, you should expect to hear me listening to you or see me listening to you. I want to hear you. I want to understand both your needs, what you see happening in the industry, your reflections on MEMA, and our understanding of how we can raise the bar on what we're doing. So again, that consistency where it matters. There's things that MEMA does exceptionally well, and I want to make sure those continue, but I want to look for the ways that we can take it to the next level and be as valuable of a partner as we can be for our members.
Leadership starts with listening. Well, thank you, Emily. I think all our members just heard that our focus on the aftermarket industry and on what aftermarket suppliers, whether automotive, commercial vehicle, or remanufacturing, what you need to advance your business is, it will not just continue, it will be enhanced under Emily's leadership. So the king is dead. Long live the queen.
Thank you, Paul.